Hey guys, so all month long, I'm going to be sharing easy weeknight dinner ideas that can all be made in a single dish. Because come on, who needs more dishes in their life? Today, it is all about one-pot pasta. One-pot pasta has taken the internet by storm, so I'm not gonna take credit for the idea. It is not my idea, but I am very, very excited to share it with you if you haven't already seen it. Today, I'm going to show you the classic one-pot pasta, a glorious one-pot linguine that is loaded with beautiful green vegetables, and finally, a chili cheese one-pot pasta that you are going to want to stick around for. Trust me on this one. All right, let's get started with our classic one-pot pasta. This is the one that is all over the internet right now. So I am getting started with a Dutch oven on the stove. You could also do this in a large soup pot if you wanted to. And to that, I'm going to add my spaghetti. I'm going to add some chopped cherry tomatoes, some finely sliced onion, some minced garlic, and then of course it would not be pasta in my house without red pepper flakes. These are optional for those of you who do not love the heat. And then I have some beautiful basil, and I'm throwing it in just like this. I'm gonna go fish it out later. And we are going to just season this up with some salt and pepper. We're gonna give this a good drizzle of olive oil. This is gonna help prevent our pasta from sticking. And you know, all Italian food should have some olive oil in it, I think. And here we're actually going to be using some vegetable broth. What is so cool about this recipe is that it's just really a dump and a stir. We are going to put our heat on, and we're going to keep a good eye on this and continue tossing it as it cooks. It is really important to keep this moving because it loves to stick. Once all the liquid is gone, your pasta is ready to serve. So simple, cooked in less than 15 minutes. You could totally add some Italian sausage if you wanted to, or some fresh baby spinach would be really great. The possibilities are really endless. Sorry, I couldn't resist. All right, next up, I wanna show you a creamy, dreamy veggie linguine, and it's so easy to make, which I love. So to our pot, we're going to add our linguine. Next, I'm going to add some minced garlic, some vegetable broth, and a cup of milk. This is going to help make this really deliciously creamy. If you wanted to make it even more decadent, you could swap out the milk for some cream. Trust me, that would be amazing, but a little more on the indulgent side. So we're just gonna season this up with some salt and some pepper and some olive oil. And then I'm actually just gonna start by putting the lid on this. What I wanna do is give my pasta a bit of a head start before I add my vegetables, because I hate overcooked vegetables. After about 5 minutes, I'm going to take the lid off my pot and give my linguine a good toss with some tongs. I wanna make sure that it doesn't stick together. Next, we are going to add some veg, because sometimes you just need to get some greens in there. So in this case, I am adding a whole lot of broccoli. I've also got a whole lot of asparagus, and I've got some snow peas. All I'm going to do is toss all of this together, put on my lid, and reduce my heat to medium-low. I'm going to let this simmer for 10 to 15 minutes or until my veggies and the pasta are cooked through. Be sure to stir it at least every 2 or 3 minutes though, because it does love to stick to the bottom of the pot. Trust me on this one. We're trying to make the dishes easier, not harder. The last step in this is going to be some gorgeous Parmesan cheese. This step, obviously optional, but come on. Isn't everything better with Parmesan cheese? We're just gonna toss this in, and then we're gonna serve it. How amazing does this look? So easy to put together, packed with nutrients, and it also happens to taste amazing. Finally on the menu today, I have some chili cheese one-pot pasta that I think you and your family will absolutely love. So in my pot, I'm going to heat up some oil over medium-high heat. To that, I'm going to add a finely diced onion and saute it until it's softened up. Let that get hot and bothered. I'm going to add 2 cloves of minced garlic and saute that for another 30 seconds or so. Then it's time to add our beef. You could use poultry if you wanted to, or you could keep this entirely vegetarian and just add twice as many beans. I'm going to cook the beef until it's no longer pink, and then I'm going to add my seasonings. So I've got some chili powder, some ground cumin, and some garlic powder. because there's no such thing as too much garlic ever. And I like to just toast up my spices for 30 seconds to a minute. I think it really just brings those flavors out really, really well. And the house starts to smell really, really good. Next, we are going to add some beans. I love this, it is loaded with protein. And for this recipe, I'm actually using some rotini pasta. You can use any kind of pasta you like, but I just love rotini in a dish like this. And then it's time to add our liquid. In this case, I'm adding some chicken broth, and I'm also going to add a large can, 28 ounces, of diced tomatoes. Get it all well combined. I'm gonna bring this mixture to a boil, put the lid on my pot, turn the heat down to medium-low, and let it simmer away for about 20 minutes. And once again, don't forget to stir it often as you go. I like to finish this recipe off with some shredded cheddar cheese. Once the cheese is completely melted and nice and ooey and gooey, this stuff is ready to serve. I like to finish it off with a little more shredded cheddar, a good dollop of sour cream, and some finely chopped green onion. Now that's what I call dinner. Rich, hearty, and loaded with flavor. I really hope you'll give these tasty recipes a try, and if you do, be sure to tweet or Instagram me a photo, because you know I love seeing what you're coming up with in your very own kitchens. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, because there's lots more deliciousness where this came from.